Okay, I think we're actually live. I was just checking my phone, Becky, just to make sure. Oh my gosh, the technology has been like keeping me sweaty. I'm just going to start sharing my screen while I let you introduce you, take over.
Okay. Right. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Some of you might not be now, some of you might have to watch later. That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to kind of share with you very, very quickly why I chose to sort of work with Arbonne. I was feeling sluggish and just generally not great. I'd had a few products from Jade, and she sort of suggested maybe that I joined Arbonne myself to sort of work with them, and I've not looked back since. It's been absolutely fantastic. So if you are watching, lots of comments if you can in there, that would be fabulous. And even if you're watching at a later date, you can just join in and pop your comments in. But I shall pass you over to Jade, who's with all of the knowledge. So we're excited to hear.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Becky. And thank you. Massive welcome to tonight's live. I have to admit, I've had to go live in a different way. So I'm so pleased it was working. I was checking my phone. Before I get started, I'm just going to introduce myself and just explain a little bit about how I got involved with Arbonne. So my name's Jade Brimfield. I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne now and just a super proud independent consultant. It honestly has been the best journey of my life, being partnered with a company that I had no idea about 8 years ago when I first started. But honestly, what this business has done for my life completely changed it, but more so what the products have done for my health is just next level. And I really hope today and tonight, the information and some of the top tips that we're giving you is just going to help you progress on your wellness journey, especially as we look upon the new year 2025, how we can absolutely thrive and really feel alive and be our best self. And I think there's something about a new year that really just sets us up for that. And for mindset and just hitting the year right. So hopefully you guys are in the right place. So Becky's right. I've got some competitions for you guys. So I've got some free products. I've got some amazing, really premium nutrition products that I'm going to be raffling away today. So there's a couple of ways you can enter into here. The first thing is at the end of the presentation, which shouldn't take any longer than 15 minutes. I promised myself I'm going to keep to the schedule. You can I'm going to ask you a question. So it's going to be a simple question, so you need to be listening, and the first person to pop every person who pops in the correct answer go into a raffle, and we'll do a live draw into this group in a few days time when people have managed to watch back, if they're watching back on replay. The second way you can enter is I want the person who is commenting the most on this, whether you're watching live or back on replay, if you can comment from the start at any point. Oh my goodness, feel like my computer's going to ring. Hopefully it doesn't. My mom's ringing me. That's embarrassing. It's fine. We're okay. The person who comments the most. So I want to know, first of all, I'd love to know how you know Becky. How long have you known her for? Where did you meet her? If any embarrassing stories, they're welcome here. Pop them in the comments. I'm sure Becky won't mind. Love to know anything that you know about her, and also anything that I'm going to keep flowing, so I'm not going to answer any comments that pop in live, but if you have got a question, no question is a silly one, pop it into the chat, and then at the end what we'll do is we can review any questions. At any point, if I mention something that just hits the nail on the head with you, or just like you feel that resonates with you so much, pop in the comments like how it's making you feel, that you resonate with that, because it really helps us be able to find a solution, or even just help you on a path, even if it's just some advice. This isn't a hard sell. Just helping someone is literally the best gift that I can offer somebody. So if you've got any questions and I can just help you with that, that'd be amazing. So obviously I'm partnered with Arbonne, and I'm going to just talk you through a little bit about some Arbonne products, but the main thing I want to really touch on is how we can totally heal our own bodies, and I'm really passionate about this. Before I do that, though, I just want to share a little bit about what Arbonne is, because it is a massive part of this business, and it's a huge kind of fill in the gaps in terms of the products. It really helps to fill in the gaps of things that we're not getting from food today. Now, Arbonne's been going for over 45 years. We're not some fly-by-night company. We really were the original clean brand before clean was even a trend. So many people today are continuously reaching out for clean brands and making sure that things are really made in a correct industry. They're not using artificial flavors and colors and sweeteners. They're vegan certified, they're gluten free, all of these things. And that really encompasses Arbonne from day one, went back in the 70s. Arbonne really is this whole holistic brand, whether it's nutrition or whether it's through to skincare. Your body is one vessel, whether you're feeling it on the inside or whether you're feeling it on the outside. Everything contributes to how your body is looking and feeling. So of course, today I'm going to focus a little bit more on nutrition. I am going to focus on nutrition, but needless to say, we've got this whole holistic solution in terms of skincare as well, that, you know, even things that you put on your skin goes into your body and your bloodstream. So it's so amazing. And we literally are a B Corp brand. So anything that, I mean, just if you don't know what B Corp stands for, go and Google it. It really is. We are the highest scoring B Corp brand globally, which is a massive accreditation to our name. We're the cleanest, most ethical structure, and we really believe that we want to benefit people, the planet, and our purpose to help people thrive. So I'm just so proud to be partners with this brand. And hopefully some of the information you're going to get is going to be top tier and really help you understand how you can totally transform yourself. So before I do that, I'm just going to, let me just move our face out of the way. So I love this analogy, and I want to talk a little bit about our bodies and gut health. So we have one body, one machine, and we know that, like, you know, just like a car, we have to MOT and service our cars, don't we? Because when we don't do that, they break down. Or what happens is they create other problems, don't they? If we start having a knock-in on the back of the car, or the engine starts having a clicking noise or something, and we're ignoring it, we know that that probably in the end is going to create a knock-on effect and cause more problems. Now, I want to ask us, why don't we think the same way about our bodies? Because I just really believe that from start to now, from babies to now, our bodies have been running non-stop. The engine is always on. And that's things from the foods that we eat, the drinks that we drink, the thoughts we think, the environment, pollution. All of these contribute to factors of our body and our engine running. And I just believe that when we start to experience malfunction in our own bodies, this may be things like illness, headaches. This is basically problems with the way that our machine is running. It's a real clear indicator that our body just needs that MOT and it needs that service. So I want you to think, do you struggle with any malfunction at the moment that you're just ignoring or maybe putting up with? You see, I'm so passionate about prevention over reaction. The reason why we MOT our cars is to prevent breakdown. We prevent accidents, we save lives. We do those things, don't we? Because we want the longevity of the car to last. I believe that healthy living or a healthy lifestyle is just the most powerful form of prevention. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today. I actually make sure that my health is my number one priority ever. And that might sound a little bit dramatic, considering I'm a mom. I have 4 boys under the age of 9 that I have to care for. You'd like to think, you know, you might think that they sort of rank highly up there on the pecking order. But ultimately, it's like that aeroplane scenario. You have to put the mask on you first, like before you can help others, because when you're not looking after you, at the end of the day, who is there to pour into your loved ones? You know, no one is there really to help you. You have to get up. I can't expect my children to just toddle on and, you know, cook their own meals and get themselves to school. So really, when we're looking after us the most, we have so much more to give to others. And this is really why I believe that my health has to be my number one priority. So I just want to dig a little bit deeper into this whole prevention over reaction theory. And I love this bathtub analogy. I want you to imagine your body is like a bathtub and the tap is always on, okay? So this is things like the foods that we're eating, the drinks we're drinking, the environment, pollution, skincare, body products, stress. It's always running, the tap's always on. Now, what can happen is our plug is working really hard to drain everything. It's trying to drain everything out so we don't get this overflow. But over time, there are some things that are pouring into our bodies that perhaps aren't so easy for that plug to drain, and they don't really service. So what happens is our plug hole gets a little bit blocked and clogged, and the tap, you know, it's always on because it's always running. There's always those things going in. And what happens is your bathtub starts to fill and fill and fill and fill. And then what happens is we get this overflow. So now you see yourself, the bathtub's flowing, the tap's still on. You've got water like spilling over the edges. It's all going on the bathroom floor. You've got yourself into a right mess. And now you're thinking like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Like, I'm in a right muddle here. I've got all this water going everywhere. What am I actually going to do? And what we tend to do is we go and seek help. So off we go and we're looking for help, and we go off to the doctors and we go and ask for help. And what happens is we get the help, but it can come in the form of a mop. This is things like medication. And all that we're doing is just mopping up the mess around the cause, the problem that's still continuing. It's a little bit like putting a plaster over a problem and covering it up and hoping that it's going to be okay. And by masking it, like it's not really solving the problem. We're not actually thinking, I wonder what's actually causing this problem that I can stop it from happening in the future. So I like to think that like basically we can reset and MOT our bodies. We can do that thing. We can completely unblock that plug hole, allow the bathtub to drain, allow it to work as it should. Now, please know, like I absolutely believe there is a space for medicine. I'm not, claiming that we shouldn't be going to the doctors for any reason. But I'm sure you'll agree there'll be people in your life, or maybe it's situations that you've had where you've been issued with medication. It's been dished out probably a little bit too freely. And that has just been there to mask an issue when really there's never really been some questions about why all of a sudden you've been experiencing these issues. And also what the side effects are to certain medications that then require another mop for another medication and another one. I only have to look at my grandma. She literally rattles because she has so much medication to counteract side effects that she's getting from other medications. So this is really where I love that we can MOT our bodies. Now, in no way do I advocate that supplements should replace real food. In fact, I believe that real food can totally heal our bodies. But in today's world and the nutrient density of our crops, fruits, and vegetables, it's a fact that we are getting far less nutrition, vitamins, minerals from our food today. It's a real sorry state that we're in, but we live in this world of convenience with many of our produce being imported or freeze-dried or even GMO. And the facts show that for us to get the same nutritional intake of one apple 50 years ago, we'd need to eat 5 apples today. So our 5 a day in reality should be more like 15, 20 a day, which is just unrealistic for most humans. I'd love, I don't think I could consume that many in one day. The thing is, it's not just our fruits and vegetables. So many of our food staples, things like milk, bread, it's so processed today. Do you remember when we used to make freshly made bread at home and it would go stale in the afternoon, or the milk would be delivered by the milkman and you'd have to quickly shift it in off the doorstep before it would go off? It would only last a day or two. Whereas today in our supermarkets, in this world of convenience and demand for things to last longer, things do last so much longer. They're packed with additives, chemicals, preservatives. So they last so much longer or taste so much fattier when they're not fattier, which begs the question, what's going into our food? What's being changed that we're perhaps not even realizing, we've not been told about? We're just trusting a system. Supplements are, in today's fast-paced world, a vital part of filling in the gaps of things that we're not getting, our bodies are now no longer getting from food today. So let's just dive a little bit more into that. Did you know? So I'm going to talk a little bit about gut health, that our gut is home to trillions of bacteria. I love the subject of gut health. It's becoming a really trendy and upcoming subject, even on telly and documentaries. We actually have more bacteria in our gut than we do human cells. So that's not a human like organism that's living within us. There's more of them inside of us than our own human cells, which just blows my mind. Our gut bacteria absolutely 100 million% needs to be in balance for our bodies to function properly. So that really is, when I said to you about all of those malfunctions at the start, it's our bacteria that's really driving force of whether that's working well or it's not working well. Our gut's actually known as our second brain, and it's responsible for 80% of how our whole body functions. It just blows my mind. And also it's responsible for 80% of our hormone levels. In fact, a huge proportion of our happy hormones, serotonin, dopamine, things like melatonin as well, they're actually produced in our gut. They're not made in our brain that we used to think. They're actually made in our gut. Things like serotonin and dopamine are those happy hormones. And because they're made in our gut, I just think we never sort of think, oh, I'm feeling a bit sad and a bit depressed today. I wonder if my gut's a bit out of sync or it's not like in top tip health. We usually think, why am I sad? Why am I depressed? Something's wrong up here. And actually, it's so important to be thinking about the state of our gut health. Maybe your gut isn't in a great state, and this is why you're not having these great hormones that are making you feel so happy. Melatonin's another hormone that's actually responsible for our sleep. Again, gut health plays a huge role in the quality of our sleep. And when we're having good quality sleep, can you imagine the quality of our restoration and repair overnight if we're having that good sleep, which contributes to healthy bodies? It's all just such an amazing knock-on effect. Now, if we have an overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut, we may be struggling with certain things like maintaining a healthy weight. You may have stubborn fat that you just can't shift in certain areas. You may be experiencing skin issues, poor quality sleep, abdominal pains, IBS symptoms, digestive complaints, bloating, inflamed joints, lower back pain, more headaches and migraines, a low immune system, and generally feeling low, tired, and just run down all the time and fatigued. Like our guts basically are the thing that has to balance our hormones. And it's a vital to make sure that our gut is in balance to help our bodies with these symptoms. So, when we're going through things like menopause and premenopausal symptoms, it's our hormone levels that really help to manage those symptoms. Of course, this is a scenario that women will be going through, but you'll notice that some women can manage the symptoms so much better than others. And when we're issued with things like HRT, it's such a generic, broad spectrum hormone replacement that's given to people where their microbiome buildup and makeup is like a specially designed computer just for you, for your own DNA. And when your own DNA, your own microbiome isn't intact, isn't in form, these alternative things that are going into the body just aren't having the correct effects, because it's really trying to alter something that could be improved upon itself, when we're looking after our gut health. So I always like to think, how do you know if your gut's healthy, or how do you know if your gut's unhealthy? And there isn't really an exact test for this. Generally, if you've got an overbalance of good bacteria to bad, you're in a good state. If you've got an overgrowth of bad bacteria to good, you've got an unhealthier gut. But with no real generic test, I really believe that to determine whether your gut's in a state that's healthy is all dependent on how we feel. How do you feel every single day? Do you wake with vitality each day? Do you have energy? Are you in a good mood? Are you sleeping well? Are you motivated? Or are you not getting run down regularly? Are you like full of energy in the afternoon? So ask yourself that question. And sometimes it's just good to stop and think, am I feeling really, really good day to day? And if the answer is no, then you absolutely have the power to change things. So let's just talk about a few things that we can do to support good gut health. So one thing that I encourage over a short period of time is an elimination diet. And this is just a process. A short period of time for about 30 days is really good, just to sort of start to learn a little bit more about your body. It may, help you identify foods that your body doesn't react to very well. And by allowing some elimination for a short period of time, things like gluten, processed foods, GMO foods, conventional dairy products, sugar, these are all kind of like common allergens that I would recommend. Maybe do one at a time. It just allows your body time to rest and digest. And when you introduce that food back in, you'll notice how that's affecting your body. And there may be something in there, things like gluten, that's, widely added to a lot of produce today. No nutritional value, by the way. And it can really affect the body and the gut microbiome, which is why we start having horrible symptoms and irritable bowel and things like that. So yeah, the main foods that I would suggest to eliminate are those things listed on there. The second thing I just want to touch on is I really just want to talk about stress. We often see self-care as a real luxury, especially women. We are always the last on the list. And this is really where I've tried to change my perspective about how I look after myself. Without adequate self-care, stress really does have an effect on the body. Now, stress from an outside perspective is never really going to go away. You're always going to come across challenges or things day to day that you're going to have to deal with. There are always going to be challenges. The way you react to stress is the key. So if we have a really good, self-care routine where we're doing things like, journaling, or maybe meditation, or regular exercise, maintaining a healthy diet, all of those things are basically improving the way that your body is functioning. And when we come across those challenges, the way that our nervous system addresses things like stress is going to be so much better, because your gut is also in a healthier state. So, I love things like just scheduling time for myself, really just set a time in your diary that's like a date with yourself that you just cannot cancel on. It may just be like having a bath, going for a walk in nature, cooking, doing just something, even if it's 10 minutes for you. That self-esteem that you'll build in yourself just from keeping that date in your calendar for yourself is so, so empowering. Meditation is now becoming so much more widely looked upon. The benefits of meditation are just so widely recognized today. It calms your nervous system, and it really provides you with that distance between what's in front of you now, what challenges are in front of you, and your emotional reaction to it. So I know on a practical level, we probably all know that stress can cause illness, stress can cause problems, stress can cause all of those things, but it also massively affects your gut health. So I really want you to think today, are there things in my life that I could reduce or eliminate that are going to help improve the levels of stress that I'm putting my body under? And if that's a no, then how are you going to spend more time on adequate self-care to help you manage those stress levels and to view things in a different light? I really hope that's an important, I'd love to talk about that because I think it's so important for everybody. So I'm going to just touch on a few key tools that I add into my day-to-day life. And this is really about how we can improve our gut health and how we can absolutely manage our bodies. So the first thing I love to add in is adding in additional gut support in the form of probiotics. So that's good bacteria, and also prebiotics, which is food for the bacteria to keep them thriving. Also, digestive enzymes help you break down the food and digest it a lot more properly, a lot more quicker. So it helps to make sure that, you know, all of the vitamins and minerals are being distributed to the parts of the body that need it the most. Here is my absolute number one product ever. This is called Gut Health, Digestion and Microbiome Support. I always say it's the least sexy product that Arbonne has, but it's my number one favorite thing, desert island product that I would never ever go without. This one product, this one stick gives you the hassle, saves you the hassle of taking 3 individual products all at once. It has the prebiotics in there, the probiotics, digestive enzymes. And the key for this is that you're providing your body with really good bacteria going in. We're constantly eliminating bacteria, good and bad, as we are going to the toilet every single day. This is really making sure you're getting really great flowers in that gut flora and eliminating the weeds. And I just want to say a little touch on medication. If you've had antibiotics in the last 4 years, you absolutely should be taking a probiotic, because it takes 4 years for your gut microbiome to be fully restored, which begs the question, does your gut ever really get back to how it should be acting, how it should be reacting? Does your immune system ever as strong as it should be without, you know, when we've had antibiotics? Do we even make it 4 years before we've had another dose? The second product is our greens. This is an incredible antioxidant enriched product. It's got 36 freeze-dried fruits and vegetables, completely natural, that you can drink in the morning. It's packed with antioxidants that help to fight free radical damage, illness, disease. It's very alkaline forming. I've had many menopausal women who have claimed this has completely helped with symptoms like hot sweats in the evening, and really manage that hormonal balance. Disease and illness cannot thrive in an alkaline state, and this is really helping your body turn from acidic pH to alkaline pH as well, which is just amazing. The next product is our skin elixir. This is a collagen builder, which again is so crucial and important for everybody over the age of 20. First of all, collagen massively depletes year on year. We want to help our body produce collagen and to keep the collagen levels high. It's got drinkable hyaluronic acid, which gives you that outer glow. So it's like skincare from the inside, but also collagen, which people fail to remember is so crucial for your ligaments and joints. And as we enter menopause, that dramatically reduces by an extra 50%. So making sure you're really got hone in, you're completely building your collagen all the time is so important to avoid injury and to support those joints and ligaments as well. Energy fizz sticks are another key part in our diet. If you're used to drinking high amounts of coffee, tea, fizzy pop, energy drinks, I absolutely recommend this. I was a former coffee addict, 100%, and I absolutely believe these are the best things ever created. They're a naturally derived green tea caffeine with a very small amount of caffeine, but actually mixed with things like ginseng and guarana that gives you a very great energy lift with slow release energy that keeps you going all day. You've got your daily dose of vitamin B12 in here, which is the anti-fatigue vitamin. And I absolutely think these are the best thing ever invented. They make you feel amazing. And I don't ever need a nanny nap ever again before the school run. I'm full of energy from 5 in the morning till 10 at night, from 2 fizz sticks today. And then finally, my last product that I love to talk about is the Arbonne Feel Fit protein. Protein powders are incredible, especially for women, especially for the menopause. We're not consuming enough protein today. And the thing is with protein, it helps to maintain muscle mass. And when we maintain muscle mass, we maintain strength. We need strength because we don't want our muscles to naturally deplete and become weak, and to encourage things like joint pain and joint weakness. Protein is the building blocks for cells and repair, and to help with the gut microbiome. These are all things that help us have more vitamins and minerals to fill in the gaps of stuff we're not getting from food today. And especially the top three items are an incredible inner and outer glow up for gut health, have completely transformed all of my symptoms like IBS and headaches and joint pain, because my gut is in its healthiest, strongest state. Beckie, do you just want to share a little bit about your testimonial with these products?
Yeah, so I take a product which is like a mixture of those three together, called Green Synergy Elixir. And I mean, like most people, I was probably a little bit skeptical and like, yeah, okay, I'm sure this isn't going to work. But I have to say, since taking that in the morning, um, every day religiously, I don't suffer with bloating anymore. I can, on the odd occasion, even introduce gluten items in my diet that I wouldn't normally have. So if somebody says, "Oh, here, there's a cake or whatever," I can actually do it, and I don't get anywhere near like the problems that I used to have. And I've got to say, a day does not go by without me having an energy fizz stick. Sometimes two, but it's mostly just one a day, and that's literally all I need. And I'm like you get a bit sluggish at lunchtime. I sort of have it then, and it just boosts me through then to like the end of the day. It really is like I wasn't sure to start off with, but it's like magic.
They are amazing. So, and each one of these things, they have to serve a benefit to the body. There's no ingredient in there that doesn't serve a benefit. And that's part of our brand promise. Even the protein, it has over 20 vitamins and minerals like folic acid, iron, vitamin A, B, C, magnesium. It's like everything's packed with goodness. And for me, I just start my day with these products, and it just completely sets me up for the day. So I mentioned a little bit about our brand philosophy. I know there are so many nutritional products on the marketplace. I believe that nothing touches Arbonne's quality. We have banned over 2,000 ingredients from our ingredients list. And in the EU, there's about 1,400 banned ingredients. We're conscious with this B Corp certification. Everything about what we do is transparent. Even the way that our individual ingredients in all of our nutrition is tested for things like microplastics, fertilizer migration. Even though all of our things are non-GMO, it's like next level clean. And the connection part about our brand really is that we want to encourage people to feel healthier and happier, because when we do that, it's only going to impact each other and help one another. And I love that all of our clients have this sense of community. Now, the benefit of our products is that they're all clinically tested in independent laboratories and studies against our products in terms of what we're claiming them to do. So does it give great gut health? Is the gut health been improved? Does this give someone energy? Does this help someone with weight loss or fat loss? And they're all independently tested. And our results are published. They are incredible. They literally sit up there right on top tier. And we're so confident with our results that if anybody is unsure about anything, don't like a flavor, this didn't work for you, you get a 90-day money back guarantee, even if your products are used, which never happens. People love the way that they feel. And I think when you actually put your body through optimum level, you don't want to go back, because we so many of us, we've got this epidemic of living at suboptimum health in today's world. And this is exactly where I sat. I thought I was a completely healthy 30-year-old, just new mom. I went to the gym, I ate fruit and vegetables, thought it was all good to go. I started transitioning and utilizing some of these practices into my day-to-day with new healthy habits. And I honestly cannot tell you the difference it's made to my life, my health, my energy levels, my immune system. And I think sometimes we just forget how good you can feel until you really do feel amazingly good. Optimum health for me today looks like no more constant headaches, no more bloating or stomach pains that used to absolutely swipe me out of evenings and parties and nights out. I wake before my alarm. I sleep so deeply that I don't wake throughout the night. I have energy that sees me through the day, from 5 in the morning when I get up to go to the gym until 10 o'clock at night when I'm still working my business. And, you know, throughout the day when I'm looking after the children and running my business, I'm not so stressed and agitated anymore. I feel healthier today in my late 30s than I did in my 20s. And I honestly say this with passion, I don't ever get sick. I'm never poorly. Now, the chances are you could feel better, and you might just have readjusted the level of what you deem to be good health. When we start to experience problems, we just accept that as our new normal. And I just want to say, if you are run down or tired, there is so much more than we can do than just saying, oh, I'm just getting a bit older now. We can really help our bodies thrive. So my tips are that I have my Green Gut Glow, those 3 products that I mentioned at the top, every single morning. That's my gut health supplement, my collagen builder, my superfood greens to help me keep it healthy. And that's like my health shot every single morning. Then I have my protein smoothie. I mix it with some incredible frozen berries, different recipes each morning. It's a total game changer. It sets me up getting the 4 kids out the door on time, and I can make sure I'm having a really nutritious breakfast, high protein, boosting my metabolism, game changer. And then, of course, instead of my morning coffee, I'm having a gorgeous hot fizz stick, which keeps me going all day, and then one in the afternoon. And really, that's kind of like become a little bit of a daily habit. Now, there's some really gorgeous little bundles that Arbonne have put together. The Green Synergy Elixir that Beckie mentioned, which is those 3 items, the Green Gut Glow, the 3 products, it merged into one now. It's so convenient. You don't even have to mix all 3 products. It's one thing, but you're having all 3 things in that one product, along with our energy fizz sticks. And then we've got another little bundle that includes the protein. Both of these bundles give you an access to our Thrive program, which is all of meal plans and certain things, recipes, guidance that's going to help you start to change habits and start to think about certain foods that you may want to eliminate or just reduce on an 80-20 basis. And of course, you've got the support of like a personal consultant, a personal shopper that's going to help guide you and make sure that you're happy with everything every step of the way. So if anything has resonated with you today, anything at all that I've said, you might be struggling with headaches, migraines, hormonal balance, you're struggling to sleep at night, you're struggling with energy levels or just not feeling motivated. We really believe and want to help you that just through some small changes, and maybe that cement you're missing just needs to fill in those gaps. We can help you with those. So please go back to Beckie or pop in the comments, like low energy, pop in the comments what it is that you're struggling with, and we can come back and make sure that we'll find something that can be tailored to you. Now, just to close, in addition, we do have a very premium program called 30 Days to Healthy Living. It's a completely coached program where you get full meal plans, recipes, shopping lists for the month, along with a huge box of nutritional products that help see you through, provides you with 2 of your meals a day, 2 of your drinks for the whole 30 days, and a whole wealth of support, motivation, community, accountability. We remove certain things from our diet intake, not removing carbs, fats, proteins, or vegetables. By the way, we have a full balanced diet, but certain elements, certain tweaks like the gluten and certain things that help to turn down that tap from our bathtub and help to ramp up the nutrition and to completely give your body an MOT. 30 days is not a fad. 30 days is what we clinically have tested to know that it gives people long-lasting results, and it helps people with those habitual patterns that we've just got ourselves into and start to quash them, so that after the 30 days, you feel like you can continue on. And what we've got going on is a program called in January. Actually, there is another Facebook group that's been set up that's all about information. I'm running that Facebook group, and tonight, actually, after this, I'm going to be going live talking about what this 30 Days to Healthy Living is. So please go over. The link to the group is scheduled to be posted in this group. So click on that link, head over to that other group. Even if you missed the live, you can watch it back. But also, you're going to really start to see the amount of people's lives that have been changed through 30 Days to Healthy Living, or just some of our products and smaller bundles that I've mentioned before. You're going to see testimonials before and afters. There is thousands of people that are using these products that will never move away, because they absolutely do what they say and they work so incredibly well, along with the support that you're given. So I am going to finish with a little question. I've gone way over. I'm so sorry, but hopefully you found that interesting.
Just so much to talk
I
about.
know, I can't help it. I'm just so passionate. So the question is, I mentioned about serotonin. What percentage of serotonin is produced in the gut? So serotonin, your happy hormone, what was the percentage of serotonin that's produced in your gut? Pop it in the comments. And then anyone who answers that question correctly, I'm going to pop you into a raffle and you can win another product. Make sure you keep commenting. More comments, the more interaction, remember, another prize is going to go to somebody else. So thank you so much for joining me. Please get in touch with Beckie for anything that you're struggling with. If you're struggling with anything or you've something that's really sparked an interest, you'd like some prices, she'll get back to you and make sure you get the best deal tailored to you. Thank you, Beckie, for
Thank you
joining me.
so much, Jade. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, guys, if anybody wants to ask any questions, like Jade says, just pop it in the box for us.
Amazing. Thanks, everybody. Take care and have a
Thank
fab
you.
Christmas. Bye.
Bye.